Hi there, and welcome back to the August Minecraft Hardcore Challenge with John Fowl. This is John, and we are starting day 3. So it's the morning, and I'm going to pick my first pumpkin. Yummy. Um, Over here in my inefficient farm, and make myself my first pumpkin pie. I actually have lots of apples to eat too, but you know, nothing's as good as pumpkin pie, so we'll get that. Now, I'm just kind of surveying the area here. I definitely want to start my build down here, but I don't know exactly how it's going to lay out, so I've got to kind of measure the distances by running. I'm just trying to get a feel for how big it is. Sometimes the long grass, especially, um, gives you perspective problems and distances. So I think I'm just chopping it down to get that perspective. But this area over here, so we have the farm and behind us over there, and this area over here, I think I'm going to lay. What I'm doing is I'm laying out a corral. I always think of the OK Corral, um, uh, but I wanted to. I don't want to just do a standard fence, like a big long fence all the way around. I think that looks, I don't know, just too or not organic enough. So I've seen people do this different kind of fence that works to keep mobs in. In this case, horses. Good thing about a corral is if you do use a fence, horses can jump. Most horses, any horse that can jump more than a block and a half, can jump right over a fence. But when you're not riding them, they won't jump over it. So. So I'm just trying to, fairly large area here. As I said, I'm kind of marking it out. I want to do it all. I'm using the land. I wanted to do it next between the river and this pond over here, but I wanted to do it all on this like level 64, I guess 1 meter up from water level, little, and use the curvature of the land to make the corral, look natural. So we need tons of fences. So let's go ahead and build a ton of fences here. There's 3/4 of a stack and almost a stack. And let's go ahead and fill in our pieces here. So as is, this wouldn't work very well because as you can see, there's a block. The logs themselves, the horses would just climb up on and climb right out of the corral. That would not be very productive, but we can fix that. Still make it look pretty good. So we're just got to fill in our fence posts here, and some of these are further apart than others, and that's okay. I went for kind of a more natural look. I want this to be more like a pasture. We'll turn some of the horses out at night even, but the corral they're in, I want to be fairly large. And this is where we're going to keep the bulk of our herd when we train. Hopefully, we're going to train quite a few horses this month and have a nice large number to work with. We'll see about how well we can breed them. Get some real good ones. I think I'll make another full stack here, and I want to keep some of the resources behind because I know I'm going to need to make fence gates into this corral. It's best if you can get in and out. The other thing, which I haven't seen yet, and I'm going to have to watch other people's videos. I recorded this the first 3 episodes, so up to this one, kind of in advance, and so I haven't recorded episode 4 yet. And so I want to watch a few more people's videos. Before I record episode 4, I had heard Load Central had found Load Central team had found another zombie dungeon close by, and Light found another. Oh, come on, push that horse in. Found another dungeon over by the spider dungeon. No, that. Yeah, no, not the spider dungeon. The zombie dungeon, way out 770 dungeon. Um, so this is how I fix it. I'll just put a half slab on top of each one of these posts, and I like the look of putting a cobble half slab. It kind of roughs it up, makes it look, like a farm. You can see that bunny just hopped right in here, and now we have a bunny and a chicken in our corral. A little extra wildlife never hurt anybody. And let's push him in. Finally, we get him in. There we go. So we've got our corral, and I can't get out right now. Make some torches, though, and put some light on the subject. We don't want too many mobs to spawn inside the corral. If we come get horses out at night, we don't want there to be too many mobs in here. I don't think I do think I'm going to build a stables area too, where I keep my horses that are saddled and the horse armor and that kind of stuff. But yeah, we need to make some fence posts, some fence gates actually. Sorry, all the gates to the corral should be 2 wide at least, because that will allow the horses to come in, and I like to make mine 3 wide. I don't know, something about building in odd numbers makes it easy to put roads in and out, and also just you don't have to be so careful about the hitbox when you come in. You can just open 2 gates next to each other and ride a horse through. So that's kind of nice. So now I have an entrance on each side, to the riverside and to the mountains. Now up over those mountains is where spawn is, so to the, I guess I'm going south, so to the east or behind me right now. I come over here and check on my farm a little bit. And again, this is more for, the wheat at least is more for just scenery, and not really for efficiency. I don't think I'm going to need too much food. I don't think I'll be eating a lot of bread this month, because I have melons. Those are yummy. They make a nice farm, but they also, I will enjoy my first piece of pumpkin pie. Michael will be proud. But I also can eat melons this month. They're really inefficient food in that they only give you I think a half heart each slice, but you get a lot of slices, and they grow really fast. So we'll have plenty of food. Not too worried about that. But I did get a little more bone meal, so I can get that other plant. So now we are ahead on pumpkins. I have 5 eggs still. So I turned one of those pumpkins and let those grow up. And let's go get on the donkey. I think my goal here was to take the donkey and put him in the corral. So as you see, you need 2 gates open to get to that. Now the donkey won't wander off, and I don't have to have him in a pit, so it feels better. So we have a few wild horses in our corral. I built it around a few of those black horses there, but I figured let's go tame some other ones. This is a horse with 9 hearts, but it feels pretty quick. I think a lot of times when I hop on a horse with 9 hearts, I quickly go try to find another one. I want my horses of a little hardier stock usually, but this month I think I'm going to be taming a good number of the horses in this area, so I'm not going to be too picky, and we'll see what other attributes he has. You can tell a lot of times how quick they are just by how active they are and how quickly they are when they when you run around on them. And he's a decent jumper at least, because you can see he jumped right over that that half slab and stuff. We'll take our saddle back, so now we have a horse that can get us around a lot faster than the donkey. And let's go check this guy out. Now he has a lot more hearts. I think it's a full 10 hearts there. Horses, I think I've seen horses up to 14 or 15 hearts, which is impressive. But so we got 2 horses in our stable now. So 2 horses and a donkey, all trained up. I take his saddle back from him, and run over the hill. So yeah, one of my goals right now is just fill the corral. I want to have a bunch of different horses to choose from and to use in the build and to help me out. So I have a couple brown horses. I have a couple black horses already over there. So I think I was looking at these white horses, the white and gray, thinking they would be a good mix. Throw the saddle on them and ride them home. That's 3 trained horses, which is great. Pretty good for the third day. Certainly keep doing more of that. But it's getting dark out, and I don't want any creepers to... left the saddle on them. Oh. One of the things I was thinking about was... Oh, yeah, I didn't finish lighting up this place, so let's put some more torches down here before the mobs come out. And I struggle in the early days of MHC where I'm not armored up 100% yet, and my build plans, I need kind of more time to think them out. I just don't feel comfortable out at night, and I don't want to die. And I know I need more resources, so I was going to go back over to that first dungeon area. I had made a staircase mine down a few levels before I kind of got to the right coordinates and went straight down to the dungeon, but I was going to go back and expand that staircase and get some resources for my build. Got distracted by getting a little coal here. Head down at night, probably not that smart. Boom! There we go, half my hearts. Oh wow. I did not take that very well. And at night, I always feel safer underground. I don't know why. Maybe I shouldn't, but I think that creeper scared some sense into me and got me moving down here for a little bit. Let's eat up yummy melon slices, and we will be healing up in a second, and just collect our wits and and some resources at the same time. Definitely lucky we were wearing a good bit of armor there, because that without a chest plate and pants probably would have been the end of us. That creeper was pretty close. Thought avoid him, but I did want to collect some gravel. I'm looking forward to that path block stuff in 1.9 that I've seen some videos of the snapshots that are out, but right now we don't really have it, and I like coarse dirt. It's really good. And in a ranch, on Deering Ranch, we're gonna have some dirt paths, especially with the way it's down around the water there and everything. The horses naturally would trample lots of grass, and you end up with lots of dirt rather than grassy areas. Especially on the well-trodden places between the corral and the stable and things like that. So I need gravel for that part of the build. Okay, so wits collected. I think I concentrated. Figured I would just go out here and concentrate a little more. I realize there is some gravel up here. That's nice to know, so we can come get some. And I think extreme hills usually have really big gravel patches. And figure I'll go over and grab some more food. I just ate the last of my melons, I think, and I have plenty for 5 pumpkin pies between the eggs that I have and the sugar right here. But I also want to get my pumpkin pie production a little more sure, to be a little more of a sure thing. So I think I better go get my eggs, an egg production facility underway, meaning chickens in a pit, or at least a chicken in a pit, and a way to do that. But yeah, we'll go make some pumpkin pie. Michael will be happy, with eating pumpkin pie this month. Didn't get a lot of that in the last month. Oh, the problem with making a hopper is you need a chest first. I think I actually have in my donkey, on my donkey, I have the chest that we had from the dungeon. So at least one of the chests is over there, in the chest that's on the donkey. So that would have been nice to have there, but here we go, make a hopper. And chickens make a racket, so I'm going to put this chicken hole, a very low-tech chicken hole, over here, kind of away from where I'm going to be building most of my other stuff. This will just be kind of the back side of the corral. Go out. I got tempted by those eggs. And I will need some clay this month, so I'm just go ahead and dig that now. Some of my problem early days of MHC, I'm just always digging something. Get distracted by little shiny things and get off track from what I'm doing. But it can be helpful. I'll put the hopper down and make the walls too high. Lots of yelling going on in the background here in my house. Yeah, grab some water, put our water down. Always have water on the hot bar, so that was good that I remembered to do that. Get the seeds and lure the chickens, but the problem is chickens in this game, at least, they swim terribly, so I got sick of waiting, and I will lure him in here myself. And of course that means I didn't have a way out, but it is just dirt after all. So I can come back and check that hopper. As long as I basically will probably be in this plains almost for the entire rest of the episodes. It's kind of that everything that you see in front of us there. And so there should be an egg or two a day in the hopper, which should be plenty of food to go with our pumpkin pie. We already have 9 eggs or something in reserve, so as long as we don't take too much damage, which will definitely be one of my goals. We have a couple ender pearls already, so that should be plenty. But now I'm making that coarse dirt that I was talking about earlier, and we'll go ahead and start laying out the first path in the last minute here before morning. And just a path from the corral to what will be where my buildings are. I see a creeper over there to the right hiding. And my head's down building. Creeper, I'm sure, is sneaking up on me. Here he is still. He's still over there. Okay. So, yeah, so I've got my path. Oh, see, that's what happens. You go into your inventory, you pause for a second, and creepers, they just know when you're not looking. That's a great part of the mechanic of the game. I love that. If you ever want to attract a creeper, just, pretend you don't look at it. So I figured, I think at the end, I didn't know what to do next, so I would just rid the plains here of mobs before morning, especially creepers, so that I can start episode 4 with a nice fresh build area without little green guys coming and making my building day miserable. And that's about it. So I will see you in the next episode, episode 4. We should get building the stables, and we'll see how it goes from there. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.